One. Hi everyone, I'm Christine Josti of Mail Something Pretty, and I want to show you these fun cards. And this is like a masking technique. There's actually a few different techniques in here that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you to do the masking to get this white strip. I'm going to show you how to do these cutouts, the word cutouts, as well as blending some butterflies. So it's kind of a fun card. And so let me show you, this was my inspiration piece. Sue sent me this many years ago and I saved it because I just loved it. I love actually how she did it in all the greens. And so I didn't quite have enough. I guess I could have done it all in one color, but I wanted to bring in a little bit of color. And so that's what I did here. So this turned into that. And so I just want to show you how to do it. I'm using the stamp set, and actually it's a bundle. Actually, I just found out yesterday it's retiring. So it will no longer be available after the 2024 catalog retires. It's the Timeless Arrangements bundle. So I'm going to use all of these stamps right here, all the floral stamps, but it's kind of a cool die set because you can you can cut all these like in one color, and then they all layer. You can layer them all together, and so it's an easier way of getting like lots of texture and florals without having to worry about all like the little pieces. So it's kind of a cool thing, and then you get 3 different triangles. So it's a nice set. Okay, so the first thing I think we'll do is, just trying to think, I have to use my Stamp Cut Boss machine for 2 different things. I'm wondering if I want to use it at the same time. Sure. All right. So I'm using Pretty Peacock as my base. You can use anything. You probably see it better on this side, but I did use an embossing folder, which I forget the name of. It's in the mini catalog, the 2024 mini catalog. This is staying, which is exciting. And on this one, I used I think it's called Typeworn. And the reason this works, and there's letters, which are you really can't read them. But when I cut the rest of the cards to do, I cut them in this direction. And so if you'll see when I emboss, it would have been upside down. The flowers don't matter as much that they're upside down. So anyways, you can use whatever background you want. All right, let's do the masking technique first. So I'm going to use masking paper. So this is in the annual catalog, and you get 12 sheets, which is lots. So I'm actually only going to use a portion of one of the sheets. Let's take one of it out. And it's, oh, I only need one. It's sticky, you'll see. Oops. I'm just going to cut mine, I think it's, what is it? 5 inches wide, but I only want 1.5 inches because that's the width of my white strip right here. You can make yours whatever you'd like. So I'm just going to cut 1.5, and I'll save that for another project. So the point of masking papers, you know, when you stamp something and you want something to like be in the background, so you stamp the front image first, and then like you can see I even saved it, like I did a bird in a book. So you would stamp, say, your books, and then you would stamp and cut out on the masking paper. You put this, and then you stamp all around it, and then when you peel that off, everything's in the background. But you can also do it just to mask off a certain area, and that's what we're going to do here. But it's sticky. And it's supposed to be sticky because you want it to stick if it's perforated. But I don't want it to be too sticky because then I could rip my paper, and I'll show you I actually did rip some paper. So I'm just using Embossing Buddy and just applying a little bit of powder on there so it's sticky but not quite as sticky. And so, I don't think it matters, there's a little smudge on there. I'm going to put this a little closer to me so I can see. I'm just trying to find the center. Oops, and it didn't stick. All right, and then I press it down. So then we go like that. So now it's on here. So we're going to stamp above and beyond above and below, and you'll see it will get messy in the middle, but it doesn't matter because we're going to peel that off. And so I'm going to use just scrap paper behind, and actually I can also stamp my inside as well at the same time. So I did a little inside to mimic it. So let's see, let's start. I think I started with, so actually I'll show you my color choices. So for the front, I did the butterfly just a little bit softer of the colors. So I used Pretty Peacock, Poppy Parade, Fresh Freesia, Lost Lagoon, and Daffodil Delight. My butterfly is sponged with Calypso Coral and Lemon Lolly. Put those two aside. I'm going to start with my Pretty Peacock, and I already have all my stamps on a block. Normally, I put my stamps right in the middle, and but this one I put, oh, I don't want to stamp on that. This one I put towards the edge because if I had it in the middle, when I go to stamp, and if I got ink on the block, I could potentially get it on the bottom, and I don't want it there. So see how I got ink there? So I'm trying to be careful. And I'm just gonna wipe that off. So what I should have done was just ink from the top so that it's no chance to get ink on the block. And then I just turn it around, and you see how we're stamping on that masking paper, and that doesn't matter. I was telling people at club, it's gonna look really messy, and you're gonna be like, what did she design? But it's gonna make sense. I said, trust me. All right, so that, we're gonna save that color because we're gonna do the actually, I'll just do it now. The inside, we'll do it at the same time. Okay, so now I can put that away. And then I'm going to do, actually I'll do the Poppy Parade, and you can choose whatever colors you want. I did the same placement of my stamp kind of on the end. And this is kind of, you do as many or as little as you want. This one I think I'll do two next to each other. I'll just do it a little bit lower. Can always go back and add, right? You can't subtract, but you can always add. All right, then I'll do Fresh Freesia. And that is this little, I'm thinking it's like a grape hyacinth or something. Who knows what the real flower is. You see how it's looking a little messy? But I promise you it'll be like magic when we take that masking paper off. And I'm just gonna do one more flower here. Okay, so that one is done. You can also do your envelopes. You can match your envelopes. Okay, we're gonna do Lost Lagoon. So this one has two, and I'm thinking they're like eucalyptus because they're just like little things and they just go in different directions. So I don't want to do too many of them, but just enough. So some of them I did like 2 together and some I did 3 together because I didn't want it to be all like matchy. So that looks a little bit, I'll just throw one over there. All right, you can get a little carried away too. All right, put those aside. And the last one is the Daffodil Delight. And there's this, it's like just little circles. I don't know if you can see it better on here. It's just little images there. And it just kind of softens it up a little bit. And you can do them in different directions. Okay, I know that's messy and busy, but we're not done. So now I'm going to take a blending brush, and you don't have to, but I think it softens it up a little bit. You can see this one had a lot. It kind of warms it up a little bit. So I'm going to use, nope, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use Lemon Lolly. It's a little the lighter yellow. So you can kind of see when I blended it, it blends also a little bit of the colors of the ink that's behind. So if you don't want the ink to be blended, just do this part first and then stamp on top, and then it will have a different look. Like this one's a little bit lighter. The blending's a little bit lighter than that one. I also had more red, so it blended more. So I'm just gonna put a little bit and then just blend kind of right where the seam is of the masking paper and stamping. And it just, you can kind of even see it just softens it up a little bit. Just a little bit, and you can kind of see some of that, the poppy got blended. Again, if you don't want all the colors to have a lot of little colors on there, just do this part first. All right. So now we can peel it off. So if you have, it peels off best right away, but if you have it left on for a while, just be, you know, it still peels off, just be careful. But look at the difference, right? I just want to make sure there's no ink on my fingers. So it peels off pretty easy. This one, I let it sit for a while, and so it did, you can kind of see, it did tear my paper a little bit, but since we're adding butterflies, I'm going to add my butterfly like this in my thank you. You won't even notice it. So if it does rip, just kind of hide it with your butterfly and no one will ever know. But it does work best if you peel it off right away. Okay, put that aside. So now, oh, you know what? While I have this out, we're just going to blend our butterflies. So the butterflies come in a packet like this. What are they called? Butterfly accents, paper butterfly accents. They are also in the 2024 mini catalog. You get 40 butterflies. I think it's 8 sheets. And it doesn't matter which side you use because they're both the same. So here, I'll just do this size one. Oh, actually, I'm going to do a smaller one. I'm going to do that size. And I'm just going to blend, like this one was blended bigger, you can see. So I'm just going to take that same yellow. You just want to have scrap paper underneath. And I think I actually need to re-ink this pack because we used it for club, so we've used it quite a lot. But it is a lighter yellow. And then I took a little of the Calypso Coral just to have a two-tone. You could do one color or two, and I just added a little like that. So there's my butterfly. Okay, so now I can close up all my ink pads and put that over there. So I'm gonna get my machine out. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, actually no, we'll do that second, just because I'm gonna make a mess, you're gonna see. So how I did the words, and again I'll show you, I did have a celebrate, I have a thank you, there's a big hello, that's another thank you. There's all these words, and this is the Thoughtful Moments hybrid die. So, and this is carrying over, which is very exciting. So you get this big die, it's a 3D embossing folder. Thank you, oh happy day, thinking of you, love you, hello, with sympathy, celebrate, just because, get well, you make me happy, almost everything except for like Christmas that you need. So you get the embossing folder, you also get the die that cuts them out, and you also get these fun little pieces. So you get a couple rainbows and hearts and stars and I don't know, I guess those are like tiny little clouds, probably go to the rainbows and leaves. So it's a fun little set. So we can color this, and that's how I got my words colored. You could just run it through plain and just have it simple, just one color, or you can color it. So you can color it in a couple different ways. You can, I'm just looking for my little, here it is. And we need, if you wanted, like you didn't want to do the whole sheet, you just wanted to say, I just wanted to say thank you. You could use a little sponge dauber and you color. And so whenever you color on an embossing folder, you always want to color on the one that has like the black Stampin' Up! Image on there. That's a helpful hint to know which side to color. So they always, I don't know, they always make them so this is the side you color. So I could do that and put a little piece of paper on it and run it through. Or if you wanted the whole thing and then you just save them, you could do that with all of them, or you can use a brayer. And so that I was excited they brought back the brayers. So when you use a brayer, you want to roll it, lift, and roll it, because if you just did back and forth, you're only like inking one part. So you just want to, it's like a paint roller. And then you just roll it on. And remember, you want to do the side that has the image. And if you get the back, that's okay, you just get the back of the paper. But you do want to go like this way and this way just to make sure. And if you're not sure, you can always ink it again. But I think that's pretty colored. And you put that somewhere. I'm going to put it on a paper towel over here because I don't want to. So then you want to, don't put your paper in yet because I've done that. And if you do, then you run it through and then you have to cut it separate. But this, you can do it all at once. So this actually fits right in here and it locks in place. And then I'm going to put my paper on top and then close it. Oops, may have smudged it, but that's okay. Close your ink pad. So it looks like that. Get your machine. So remember, this is a 3D embossing folder, so you only need the platform, the big platform, your folder, and I always put the folded part in, and the gray piece. It is tight because it has that extra. Not only does it have the embossing folder, but it has the die in there too. So it is a squeeze. You gotta hold it. But and then you'll see it cuts them all individually. So you have all of these. Thank you, hello, all the things that you just did. All right, so let me move this aside for a second because I'm gonna emboss my card base as well. So I'm just gonna leave it there. All right, so I'm gonna fold that and I'm gonna grab my embossing folder and then I'm just gonna do it this way. Now I can see the fold and I can kind of see where the edge of the embossing folder is. I'll line it up. Again, I do the folded side in. And if you want, you can either have that overhang, that's fine. If you want your paper to go straight on, you don't want it to get a wrinkle. It has such great texture. It's beautiful. All right, so there we go. So now we can put our card together. I'll just throw the inside in there first. I love how you can see texture on the inside. So a lot of my cards do get a embossed base. Okay, I just think that's pretty. All right, so what I did is I did a border of Lost Lagoon to kind of match, because I use Lost Lagoon ink, and it's really a skinny border. It's almost the same color as the base of my table here. Okay, so there you go. And you can either add it with dimensionals or glue. If you're going to use glue, use a lot. I generally don't use a lot, but because you have all these bumps that it needs to adhere. So I'm actually going to just use dimensionals. And my dimensionals are almost out, but I have enough. All right. So that's going to get centered. So it's just a nice mimic of the flowers there. Okay, so now I have to choose my words. So which one do I want this one to be? I haven't, let's see. I ended up doing a small butterfly, didn't I? But I have that big butterfly. So maybe I'll do, I haven't done a get well yet. So maybe I'll do a little get well like that. I think that would be nice. Okay, so I'm gonna glue just the butterfly down. And then I'm gonna pop up my get well. There you go. I'm gonna go right on top of the butterfly. And I didn't bring my diamonds up here. Some of these I put little rhinestones in different places. Just one on each. So I'll have to add one. I don't see them up here. So I'll just throw a rhinestone up there. But what a sweet little get well card. Or for whatever reason. So let me lay them out so you can see them. There you go. I think you can see them all. Yep. All right. So I hope you like the project. Thank you very much for watching. I am Christine Josti of Mail Something Pretty. If you make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel so you get notified whenever I upload a video. And I go live every week as well, so you get notified of that. And if you're not receiving my weekly emails, hop on over to my blog at mailsomethingpretty.com and sign up for my emails, and those go out every Tuesday. And so with lots of great information. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.